Welcome to WVVH-TV's coverage of the New York Times Travel Show here at the Javits Center.
I hope everyone's as happy as I am to be here right now. As an introduction, my name is Julian Ahi, and I'm the Executive Director of Travel at the New York Times. Before we open this amazing exhibition, I want to take a moment to extend thanks on behalf of the New York Times to our sponsors and supporters of the New York Times Travel Show. Now in its 15th year, this amazing event, the New York Times Travel Show, is the largest trade and consumer travel event in North America. Our show hosts nearly 30,000 travel industry professionals and consumers, features more than 500 sponsors and exhibitioners representing over 150 countries. I want to extend special thanks to our presenting sponsor, Turkish Airlines, and gold sponsor, South Africa Tourism, which has supported the travel show for an amazing 11 years. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Cenk Ojal, General Manager of Turkish Airlines, to say a few words.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Turkish Airlines, we are honored to officially open the 2018 New York Times Travel Show. As the airline that flies to more destinations than any other, Turkish Airlines strives to bridge continents, connect countries, and unite communities. We look forward to presenting an event that enables this cultural exchange by bringing people from across the globe together in New York to inspire travelers to explore their world. Thank you and enjoy the event.
New York Times Travel Show, Julian Ahi, who's with the New York Times. You must be so thrilled.
I'm thrilled. I think we're, happy to be here with the 15th annual event here. It's an amazing time for us, and this event, nothing beats it. North America, you have to be here. You have to be here to experience it.
Now, you mentioned in the opening, and that was some wild scissors you had there opening, cutting that ribbon. New York Times has been active, an important part of travel, hasn't it?
Yeah. Important part of travel. I think it's a part of our DNA. Our sort of user base really is passionate about travel. From an editorial perspective, we really value the travel and travel perspective. One of the biggest things we did that made waves in travel was the 52 places and hiring an editor to really travel to different sections of the world. So that was one lucky person who got that job within the travel sector at the New York Times.
Yourself, do you travel extensively?
Given that
this is your job.
Of course, I love travel. Last place I went that was pretty extensive, I went to Abu Dhabi and Dubai. It was a great trip, and I'm planning hopefully Brazil in the near future.
Excellent. This show is for professionals, but it's also open to the public.
Correct, yeah. I think we want trade professionals here, consumers here alike. It's really an event that can apply and is applicable for everybody, every walk of life.
Website for this event?
Yep, absolutely.
NYTimesTravel.com.
Exactly.
Well, thank you for inviting us. We're proud to be one of your media sponsors. 15 years, bigger and better than ever.
Absolutely.
The sign above us says, "Wow, South Africa," and I'm with Bangu Masisi, who is the president of South Africa Tourism for North America.
Yes, so thanks for having me.
Well, this is a pleasure, and you're an important sponsor of this New York Times Travel Show.
New York Times Travel Show as a platform is a very good platform for us because, it's a trade as well as a consumer show. And the Wow South Africa means that's what you are actually, when you go to South Africa to experience the destination, you'll actually feel the wow in yourself. Hence, we have this.
Now, most people don't realize how affordable South Africa now has become for tourism and how inviting it is for tourism.
Actually, more today than ever, South Africa is more affordable than even last year or 2 years ago. And most people always think South Africa it's once in a lifetime destination, but actually you could go to South Africa a few times because there's so much to do, there's so much diversity. Also, the big thing that we want people to know, the Americans, is South Africa is a very good destination for family travel.
You have so much to offer, but for those of you who can come down to the New York Travel Show, do visit. You have an exquisite exhibit, but you also have a wonderful website.
Yes, we have a wonderful website, southafrica.net. If you could go there, you'll find all the information that you're actually looking for. Or more importantly, you can come and visit over the weekend to come and speak to the people who actually sell South Africa and meet all of my team.
This is Denise from MSC, and Denise, pleasure to have you guys back.
Oh, we're delighted to be back.
Major sponsors here.
Yes, New York has been good to us. So good that we're coming to New York with a ship, actually, in the fall of 2019. So big, exciting things happening for us.
Okay, we've got to let our viewers know about MSC. If they don't know already, you guys are pretty outstanding in your industry.
Well, thank you. We appreciate that. Yeah, you know, MSC really brings a different option to the marketplace. And we believe that by being different, we can make a difference here. So we're happy about that.
A little idea of what ports of call, what you guys cover, what you offer.
Okay, so currently we have 14 ships servicing the globe. So we are truly the global brand of choice, in my opinion. And what's wonderful about this is we have actually 2 ships in the Caribbean. As I mentioned before, we're going to be bringing a ship to New York. And then, of course, we're throughout the Med, South Africa, South America, the UAE. So we offer a lot when it comes to destinations and choice. So we could be here all day.
Now you mentioned offering a lot. People know that you guys represent the upper echelon quality aspect of cruise ships.
So yes, we do believe that we do, and we have really something for everyone and for every budget for that matter. But we offer, like I said, the low lead-in type pricing for the families or even those travelers who are a little bit more budget conscious. But then of course we have our wonderful Yacht Club feature, which is currently on 6 of our ships and will be on 10 of our new builds as well. And that, quite frankly, is the creme de la creme of cruising at MSC.
Excellent. Well, Denise, thank you for being part of the New York Times Travel Show. We do this every year,
yes.
And every year I'm so proud to see that your company, MSC, is becoming a bigger and bigger force because you offer so much to the marketplace. What's your website?
It would be msccruises.com. Pretty simple.
It's indeed a pleasure to meet Argentina and your representation, Inez and Ricardo.
Ricardo is from our airline, which is Aerolíneas Argentinas, and we partner all the time because we are the tourism board and our flag airline.
Well, this is a very big show, as we all know.
It is. We came here every year. Remember?
Exactly.
We started with a very small little booth, and we since then 15 years already non-stop.
But Argentina is not small.
No.
You have so much to offer. Tell us a little bit about the travel opportunities that Argentina offers.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the land. You're gonna go with all the corridors that we have, right? We arrived to Buenos Aires, which is the main gateway to Argentina, because you can go to Córdoba or Rosario as well. And you can spend a couple of nights there. I recommend 4 or 5 nights, or perhaps 3, all depends on the time, right? Then you can go to the waterfalls, which are right here.
Beautiful.
Which are 1 hour and 20 minutes flying time from Buenos Aires. And you leave from the local airport in Buenos Aires. And then from there, you get a flight going to Salta. Salta is in the north. This is in the northeast. Salta is in the northwest. You do Salta, Jujuy. This is Jujuy. The salt.
Yes. Oh.
Yes.
So this is amazing, and it's all serviced by your airline.
We do fly from New York to Buenos Aires daily, non-stops, and from Miami twice a day, non-stop. And from Buenos Aires, we fly to all Argentina. We fly to 37 cities within Argentina. And from Buenos Aires also, we fly to all South America. We are part of a member of Sky Team, and we cover all Argentina, and we fly within Argentina to cities without going through Buenos Aires. And the main touristic city within Argentina we cover. From, let's say, someone wants to go to Mendoza, and from Mendoza to Salta, and from Salta to Iguazu.
Beautiful. If you love nature and you're an explorer and you like to climb and you like to hike and you love the outdoors, your country has so much to offer, but I'd be remiss if I didn't include food.
Oh, I'm going to start with that. Of course, in each region that you go, you have different kind of food. Like in the northeast, you have the fish from river fish. In the northwest, you have all the spices, the quinoa. You know, the Incas are the ones that started with the quinoa. So we have the quinoa there, all the small potatoes, the little finger potatoes. And we have a lot of spices as well. Then you go down to Mendoza, which is the wine,
Absolutely, the wine.
The wine state.
Well, you have so much to offer. We invite our viewers, if they come to the New York Times travel show,
Please.
to see.
We keep on showing you about Patagonia, all the way south.
Our pleasure to introduce Vinicius Lumes, who's with Brazil, and you have an important job with Brazil Tourism.
Yes, I am the president of the National Tourism Board of Brazil, Embratur, which exists for 51 years now. And it has been doing a good job in enhancing Brazil's image abroad and working and facilitating with promotion. And in the case of today, especially, we are very happy with the new e-visa. So we are
now this is big
making
news.
It more practical. Yeah.
I just heard about this, and this is something that has been incorporated by Brazil, which makes it very easy for Americans or
Canadians, Japanese, and Australians. At this moment, don't need to go through the hustle of going through a consulate and waiting weeks and weeks for their visa. They can take it online with $40 as a 2 years valid visa, and up to within 72 hours the visa is granted and you can travel. So it will be much easier. Wow. And we expect to double the number of American and Canadian tourists to Brazil with that.
Wow, that's a big deal, and you're offering something that will give tourists an opportunity to see all that your wonderful country has to offer.
That's what we expect. We have 570,000 Americans going every year. We want to double that. And there are 70,000 Canadians, so that too, if we double that, we also will be bringing more Brazilians here, because planes, they have, the seats are the same seats, so we have to have more of both. By increasing the travel between the countries, also enhance commerce and business. So I think there's lots of opportunity in this part of the world, and it's so logical that Americans and Brazilians get together. We are from the same continent, we are big, large countries with immigrants, with very flexible young culture, both are democracies. There's lots of reasons why we should stay together.
You represent a wonderful country that has a lot to offer. Americans should be very interested in tuning into Brazil and making this their first travel destination. Thank you for being part of this great New York. This is a big show, isn't it?
It is a big show. We're also very glad the New York Times gave us a lot of space in their newspapers and their online about the e-visa. New York Times is very, very important, and the New York Travel Show is very, very important for our efforts to show Brazil to the American communities. Thank you very much indeed.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance, sir, and you're with Turkish Airlines.
I'm with Turkish Airlines.
And your name?
My name is Alp Ozaman. I'm the regional marketing manager.
Now, I just learned something, that Turkish Airlines flies to more destinations than any other airline.
Actually, more countries than any other airline. We are the #1 airline in the world in terms of countries flown to. Right now, we have 121 countries in our network. That makes it the largest network in terms of countries.
So the New York Times travel show, this is a fun event, but it's an important event.
It is. We've been here every year, actually, but we were just a participant. But this year, we are the presenting sponsor. And this is more like an extension of our ambitions to become a even bigger player in the global scale. And New York Times is a great brand, and we are also advertising with them. And we thought it was going to be a very good partnership, which is, by the way. And we have a lot of interest and we have a lot of visibility. So this is, like I said, extension of our ambitions to become an even bigger global player.
Now, Turkey as a travel destination has long been known to be an exquisite place for people to visit. You welcome travelers, you have so much to offer.
Yes, we do. And as a matter of fact, those people who buy tickets on Turkish Airlines, even if they are going places other than Turkey, can get a free stopover in Istanbul, either inbound or outbound. We don't charge extra for that. So if they want to be our guests in Istanbul, in Turkey, they can take advantage of this opportunity.
You're watching the New York Times travel show here on WVVH Hamptons TV. Represented here at the New York Times travel show is China.
Yeah.
And we have April and Coco. What do you do, April, for China travel?
I'm the marketing coordinator at China National Tourist Office, New York. So we are in charge of the tourist marketing to American tourists on the East Coast.
Oh, East Coast.
Yeah.
And you, Coco, what do you do at China Travel?
Yeah, we welcome promote the American people, more American people to China. And if you visited China once is not enough. Okay, welcome to China, and it's a big country.
Beautiful. It is a big country, and once is not enough.
Yes.
Tell us about your being here at the New York Times travel show. This is a big show, isn't it?
It's actually my first time here, so I joined the office last year, so I'm very excited. We are looking forward to more people interested in coming to China, especially this year we are promoting the Grand Canal tour in China, and we welcome lots of people to experience. It's another wonder of the human, just like a Great Wall. We are welcome American tourists to visit the Grand Canal of China.
Well, it's so welcoming what you're doing. We're celebrating our 15th year here at the New York Times travel show.
Yeah.
And this is the biggest.
Yes.
So you're going to be meeting a lot of tourism people who work in the industry, and a lot of regular citizens who want to come and see the beauty of what China has to offer.
Of course.
Well, we thank you for coming here to New York
Sure.
and being part of this New York Times travel show.
We are so happy to come here. We come here every year. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, what is your website for people who are at home who'd like to know more?
It's cnto.org. And we also have the social media. Visit China.
Yes.
Oh, Visit China is the social media.
Yes.
So it's Visit China for Facebook and Instagram, and Visit China now for Twitter.
Wow, that's lovely. Now this is interesting. This is the traveling professor.
Correct.
Steve Solosky. Did I pronounce your name
You
correctly?
did. You did a great job at it.
Well, I hope I get an A at the end of this course.
A plus.
A plus. Tell us, this sounds interesting. I have a concept in my mind, but
Well, I was a professor for 32 years, and during my time off, I would travel to Europe, and I wrote the very successful The Traveling Professor's Guide to Paris. And then people asked me, said, Professor, can you take me to Paris? So I said, sure I can, and I took people to Paris. Then they said, Professor, can you take us to Italy? So I said, sure I can. And then I got the opportunity to retire early, and I turned it into a full-time business. And that's why it's called The Traveling Professor, because I'm a professor that travels.
but you know your travel.
Absolutely.
So
I sure do.
So if we go to, we bring a group together with the traveling professor, you would handle all the details?
We do everything. We put together great tours, and when I went into the business, I said, I'm going to run this the way I would want to run it. So for instance, we go to Peru, and if you go with a tour company in Peru, they're going to put you one night in Machu Picchu. We stay for 2. I've been there so many times, I give you my special tours that no one else has been on. And we do that in every city too. We take you to places where no one else could possibly take you because I've done the research. That was my business, doing research. And I've researched these tours, and I think we're doing something in a travel business that no one else does. Plus, we only travel with 12 people, which is really good. People really enjoy the small group concept.
I think it's a great concept.
It is.
Leave it to the professor. You know what you're doing.
I think so.
Sounds great. How could our viewers find out more about the traveling professor?
The best thing is to go to my website, which is, believe it or not, www.travelingprofessor.com, and that's with 1 L, Traveling Professor. That's travelingprofessor.com. We have descriptions of all of our tours, the itineraries, the prices, and a lot of other good travel tips too.
You're watching the New York Times Travel Show here on WVVH Hamptons TV. Well, this is close to home, to my home, Southern Italy, and your tour is the heart of Southern Italy.
That's right.
And Teresa, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. And Elena. Tell us about your company and what you do.
Well, we're a relatively new company. We've been around about 1.5 years now. I'm American. I've been living in Puglia for 3 years, and we noticed that not a whole lot of Americans were coming to our area, even though the natural beauty is stunning. There's art, there's history, there's everything you can imagine, great food, and it's very affordable. So we founded our company to offer the best our region has every season. So we do seasonal tours, taking advantage of traditions and rites and festivals that only happen during certain times of year. And we take small groups, we bring them into people's homes, and we have them live an authentic experience of the culture.
Now, Southern Italy, one thinks of the whole boot region, whatever, but you're talking about the heel.
Just the heel.
Well, the Italian word is taco, right?
Taco, right. The taco.
So tell us about the taco. What is special there culturally that sets it apart from the rest of it?
Well, so we are actually based in Lecce, which is called the Florence of the South. So it's a beautiful city built in the Baroque style. Obviously,
with layers of history, from the Middle Age to the Renaissance to the Baroque.
To the Romans, to even before.
Yes.
So thousands of years of
there's
history.
Greek influence there also.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yes, there's a small region inside Lecce where people speak Greek.
They speak a dialect of Greek to this day. So it's been throughout the ages a crossroads really between East and West. I mean, Cleopatra has been through there, and people who were going on the Crusades, so the pilgrims would have to pass through there to get to the Middle East. So really so much history. And I think just because it's a peninsula, it has kind of a unique microclimate. It's called also the Jamaica of Italy, so that's Lower Puglia, that's Salento. And I mean, it's just very special from so many points of view.
How exciting. This is different. For our viewers who love to travel, why not? And why not with 2 ladies who know their way around?
We like to take them to the heart, and that's why we're called the heart of Southern Italy. So no fluff, no seeing things through a bus window. We want them to touch and feel and live the culture like the people do down there.
You've got me sold.
Well,
what's your website?
theheartofsouthernitaly.com.
Everyone should experience Egypt, and I'm with Zach. Zach, welcome to the New York Times Travel Show.
Thank you for stopping by our booth, and I would love to see everybody here in Egypt. So it's very nice, and whoever didn't see it, he has to go.
Well, you're giving us the feel of Egypt, these hieroglyphics, the different carvings.
It's all about Egypt, and the idea came that why don't we do something, encourage people, like when they see this, and encourage them to go and see it in real. So you can imagine how many people came and take pictures here.
It is. This is lovely. This is taking your space and making a statement, and the statement is come to Egypt.
Exactly.
Tell us a little bit about Experience Egypt.
Okay, the Experience Egypt, we are a tour operator. We do sell tours to Egypt, and our rates are very, very affordable. We do private tours with FIT rates. And our 5-star rates, very, very comparable. Nobody can beat us on rates in terms of rates, and we have our rates are reasonable. We are, as I said, we are tour operators, and we have our office in Egypt, so there is no middle person between us.
Well, this is so important because if you want to know about culture, if you want to know about the history of the world, much of it begins, a good part of it begins in Egypt.
Exactly.
And we thank you for being such an inviting country.
Thank you.
Welcoming tourists from all over the world.
This is
and
our
sharing
pleasure,
your beauty.
Of course, and our website is travelpointofamerica.com.
Hi, Poldy.
Hi.
Welcome to the New York Times Travel Show.
We love to be here. It is such an exciting event, and it's really vibrant, and so many people interested, and of course,
Tell us
Africa.
about your company.
Adventure to Africa has been in business a couple years, and we specialize in custom itineraries. And we work with you, figure out what time of year you like to go. It's very important, and what budget you have, and what activities.
What parts of Africa do you cover?
We do Southern Africa, that is South Africa, Botswana, Namibia, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and East Africa, Tanzania, Uganda, Rwanda, gorilla trekking, chimpanzees, exciting stuff.
You have it all.
Yes.
Great. Do you have a website?
We certainly do, www.adventuretoafrica.com.
Adventure
to Africa.
To Africa.com.
Yes.
Sounds good. Says it all.
So yes, you adventure to Africa with us.
You know, Henry, we've been traveling the world, but we can't forget our most important partner to the north, and that's Canada. And you're with Canadian Travel, Air Canada in particular. This is some show, isn't it?
It's amazing. It's my 5th year being here. It's the first year that Air Canada has had such a major presence. So we're very excited about that. And yeah, we're looking forward to a very successful weekend.
Well, celebrating our 15th year of the New York Times Travel Show, the largest, the most attended from the consumer side as well as the travel professional side. Tell us a little bit about Air Canada that we don't know about.
My pleasure. Okay, so you probably have guessed that we're the largest airline in Canada, but what you may not know is that we're also the largest foreign carrier in the United States. We fly to approximately 60 gateways here in the US. That number is growing every day because we're launching so many brand new flights. We also are one of the few airlines to fly to all 5 major continents. So you can definitely consider Air Canada for your travels beyond Canada.
Henry, you have 2 guests here that have joined us who have a very interesting part of Air Canada's activities.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, they really are the true ambassador to Air Canada because they work on the aircraft with our customers, caring to their every need.
We have Carla. Hi, Carla.
Hi.
Carla, this is an exciting show, but we're on land now, and
we're not used to it.
You're an ambassador for Air Canada here at the New York Times Travel Show.
That's correct, and I'm very proud to be inland here today with Rula.
Hi, Rula. And what routes do you cover, Rula, for Air Canada?
Well, I go everywhere. I do a lot of international flying. Last week I did flight to Santiago, Chile, and then the week before we were in Tokyo. Travel everywhere.
What's so exciting is that Air Canada has such a wonderful presence here at the New York Times Travel Show. This is a big show.
Yeah, absolutely. The amount of people that come here, we are able to show them our exceptional brand, our new Dreamliner as well. We're very excited to be here and hosting this. Yes.
Well, Air Canada has a lot to offer. I just learned from Henry that you're the largest.
Yeah, so we're the largest airline in Canada, but what you may not know is that we're also the largest foreign carrier in the United States.
Wow. Thank you for watching the New York Times Travel Show here on WVVH-TV. For WVVH, I'm Ernie Shimizi.